the new charges from Halloween. They said you have to aggravate some of the limits. I haven't got the notification yet, but they said it's from Halloween. You're gonna stay. Not sure. Oh, let me see if I can see the details of it. But you're gonna stay either way, so I'm just gonna ask for hopefully a little bar that they'll give you just so you get time. Okay. See if I can see the things that.
Maybe speaks English, he said, right?
He seems.
Yeah,
But not today. Your attorney.
But he was just being that.
No one's come to see you yet, probably, huh? No.
You wanna go on?
If was he like,
Because I didn't talk to him.
okay, I was like, cause I'm like, if he wants to try and go,
Try.
like, if he wants to get out of it, the only thing that's.
Does he gotta get out?
I mean, he's like,
I mean-
City Lawrence, but they're almost seniors. So it's like,
Is it TV?
there's one new charge of DD, I think, and then the rest are.
What's his name? Tariq. Can look. Yes. Okay. Cool. I'll go see. Try. Maybe he'll be nice with me since I don't have on a sheriff's
I mean, no, like, he thinks he can understand English enough to proceed. And then-
Okay, I'll go talk to him to see.
It's on the bench,
Thank you.
like the Spanish speaker bench.
It's not coming up yet, but let me check. I'm just gonna, there's one more hearing. They're gonna have a second, right? And I'm just, yeah, so I'll be right. Back and hopefully about. It's Tariku. Tariku.
And then
Cannot.
Cannot.
Yeah.
Good morning, Your Honor. Neil Poston for the state.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm well, and yourself, sir?
Great.
Hey, that man was offending. I suggested he needed an interpreter. Oh, he did? Yeah. All those. Do you want me to tell him here? Yeah. Oh, Your Honor, I think they were discussing continuing, Mr. Is it Tariq, the Ethiopian speaker, but I just spoke with him and he seems fluent in English. He said he's comfortable doing his hearing in English. He's a misdemeanor, but he's okay to go forward this morning without it.
We scheduled the interpreter tonight, so I think we'll stick with that. I don't like to encourage people to waive their interpreter thing.
Yes, Your Honor. Yeah, I think everyone's. I see.
Good morning, sir. Can I have your name?
Ricardo Martinez.
So you were seen last night on several cases, and they found a bunch more that you needed to be seen on. And they just missed them. So what I'm going to do is give you a new court date of Monday. I'm going to affirm the bond amounts from yesterday, which was $24.99, and all of your cases will be seen on Monday with the judge in South Tucson, and that'll be at 10 a.m. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Okay, good luck to you. Just make sure you come down for the video on Monday morning, okay?
All right.
Thank you.
This is what it was.
Hi, can I have your name?
Gianni
Last name.
Salvato.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. How are you today?
All right.
Jail.
Yeah.
Okay, you're here today on charges of aggravated assault with a dangerous instrument on a police officer. Do you understand why you're here today?
Your Honor, he understands the charge that he has. I'm showing him the interim complaint right now. I think he maybe isn't sure of the exact details, but he understands the charge that he is here before the court. We discussed it prior to coming to the record.
Okay, thank you. Does the state have a recommendation in this case?
Your Honor, the state notes the inherent nature of the offense, history of violent and assaultive behavior. He's got an assault conviction of 2022, drugs 2022 as well. Not in school, unemployed. The one contact pretrial was able to make was the grandfather, who verified not a whole lot and said he could not provide the defendant with any support. Believe the defendant is a flight risk due to the bad decision-making abilities due to being young, and state asked for a $15,000 bond. This could have ended a lot worse.
Okay, thank
And Your Honor, Mr. Salgado is already being held on a $10,000 bond that his family and he has been unable to pay. Given that, we would ask the court impose a nominal bond for time credit, given his age, and given the fact that he's already being held on $10,000 he can't pay. Anything else is going to hold him no bond effectively.
All right, thank you. I am going to set the bond in the amount of $10,000. In this case, I am going to set this matter for preliminary hearing on November the 12th at 1:30 p.m. Justice Court, that date could change. I'm going to order no contact with any victims. Don't return to the incident locations. Appoint counsel to represent the defendant. Secured bond. Sir, do you have any questions?
Yes.
Hold on, if I can take a moment, Your Honor.
Sure.
And Your Honor, his questions were just about some of the facts of his case and kind of what's going to happen moving forward. I think I answered those. I think they're better left for his assigned attorney.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you. Good luck, sir.
Come on over and where you work. Rent your card.
That's good information.
You can call your attorney in the morning if they have it. In the morning, you can try to call the office, okay? You're good. Oh my God, it's Saturday, Monday morning. I'm wishing my weekend away. I can't wait to be back at work. Took yesterday off, so I'm like, oh.
All messed up.
Yeah.
Your Honor, the state's going to go mute and dark until felonies come back up, if I have your permission.
Sure, whatever you need to do.
Thank you.
You're here when we need you.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Hi, can I have your name?
Alicia Ambrose.
Hi, this is Judge Hazel. I'm conducting initial appearances today. You're here today on a couple different things. First, you have some new charges of disorderly conduct, domestic violence, and then you have a warrant for criminal damage, domestic violence. Do you understand why you're here?
Yes.
What I'm going to do on each of these cases is set a $100 bond. I'm going to give you a new court date on Monday at 1 p.m. in Justice Court. I'm going to appoint Janice Alsuler to be your lawyer. Standard conditions of release are no contact with any victims. You don't go to the alleged scene of the crime. If you post the bond, you must appear in court at that time. Do you understand the release conditions in this case?
Yes.
All right, good luck to you, and make sure that when you have video court on Monday, that you come down for that, okay?
Okay.
You have a good day.
You did the yellow. Go back down the seats, have a seat with the ladies.
Each. Hello, can I have your name?
Christopher Cobb.
All right, let me get your case. I'm Judge Hazel. Let me get your case up on the computer and we will discuss it, okay?
Yes, sir.
Give me a minute to get caught up here. Thank you for your patience.
Because he was looking at it. Oh, my bad, my bad. Please.
Mr. Cobb, you're here today out of charges out of Oro Valley for criminal damage, disorderly conduct, and contributing to delinquency of a minor, all domestic violence offenses. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes, sir.
Right. My intention is to release you with the following conditions. That you appear in Oro Valley Town Court on November the 20th at 10:30 a.m. You're welcome to appear earlier that day. I'm actually the judge in Oro Valley as well. We start court at 8:30 in the morning. You don't have to wait till 10:30, but that's the time we do these release orders for. It'll be for an arraignment. You'll need to appear at that time. Failure to appear would result in a warrant for your arrest. At that time, you'll have the opportunity to meet with an attorney and discuss the facts of your case. Standard release conditions are going to be applied in your case, including no contact with any victims. Don't return to the scene of the crime. If you have property at that location, you can contact the police and return to that location with police to get that property. Do you understand these release conditions?
Yes, sir, but it was at my house with my wife and kids, so I can't do it. Am I not, do I not go back home?
I am ordering that you not go back home until your next court date, yes. If you can't do that, then I have to keep you in jail. What would you prefer that I do?
I'll make it work.
All right, I'm going to order you to be released. Make sure you make that court date though, okay?
Yes, sir.
And I'll see you on the 20th. That's a Wednesday morning. All right, good luck to you. See you then.
Next. Wait, wait, wait.
Hi, can I have your name?
Manuel Carlos Córdoba.
All right, you're here today on several things. First, you have new charges out of Justice Court on charges of driving without a license, no current registration, and fictitious plates. Do you understand why you're here on that charge?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to release you on that particular charge and give you a new court date of December the 6th at 8:30 p.m. in Justice Court, 8:30 a.m. I'm sorry, with the condition no alcohol, no drugs, don't drive without a valid license here in Pima County Justice Court on Stone Avenue. So you'll need to appear on that charge. That's the one thing that you have. You take care of that. Then you have a Tucson City Court as well, a charge of criminal trespassing. On that charge, I am going to release you and give you another court date of December the 4th at 9:30 a.m. in Tucson City Court. Do you understand you're being released on all these charges?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand you need to appear or a warrant will issue for your arrest?
Yes.
Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Jimenez?
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Jose Jimenez.
I am Judge Hazel. I'm here to conduct the initial appearance on your case today. You have a warrant for your arrest from 2021 on a charge of domestic violence causing injury. Do you understand why you're here today?
No, sir. I believe it was because I turned myself in for DUI for 2 days.
Okay, well, you also have a warrant for your arrest as well out of justice court. What I'm going to do is set a bond at $100 in that case. The original bond is, let me look and tell you. Just $250. I'm reducing the bond to $100. I'm going to give you a new court date on Monday by video at 1 o'clock. That's the purpose to discuss this case. That will be with Judge Foster. Now, obviously, you could post the bond after you end up serving your 2 days, but since you're serving some time, it may be better just to allow this to work through itself. I'm also appointing a lawyer to represent you. Standard release conditions are no contact with any victims. Don't use any illegal drugs or alcohol. So you'll have court at 1 o'clock on Monday.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, good luck to you then.
Thank you.
Downstairs for the secret percent.
Hi, can I have your name?
Yes, Eric Meso, sir.
Okay, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today because you have some warrants for your arrest. And it looks like you have a new charge of disorderly conduct and criminal damage. Your warrant out of justice court is on a charge of driving on a suspended license
Yes, sir.
and failure to appear.
Yes, sir.
On that
I
charge,
was,
go ahead.
go ahead, sir.
Go ahead.
I had to go to Las Vegas, Nevada at that time, sir. And I couldn't have no way to get down to the court. So that's why I'm trying to get that finished and get it out the way, sir.
All right. Well, in that case, I'm going to release you on the date of December the 6th.
Yes, sir.
You'll need to appear on December the 6th or a warrant will issue for your arrest. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. I understand, sir.
All right, then you have another case. Let's go over that.
Yes, sir.
You have another case of disorderly conduct and criminal damage. Do you understand why you're here on that?
Yes, sir. It was at my mother's house, sir.
All right, on that charge, I'm going to release you.
Yes, sir.
With the condition that you have not contact with any victims, you don't go to the return of this crime, and you commit no acts of domestic violence.
Yes, sir.
We'll give you a new court date of December the 10th at 9 a.m. in the morning.
Thank you, sir.
You must appear at that time. I'm
Yes,
also
sir.
going to conduct an arraignment in this case. I'm going to advise you that you have the right to plead not guilty, require the state to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt at a trial. That would be a trial to a judge. At that trial, you have a right to be represented by an attorney. If you could not afford an attorney, one would be appointed for you. When you get to court, if you need an attorney, they will appoint one for you at that time. At that trial, your attorney would confront, cross-examine the witnesses who testify against you, present evidence on your own behalf, and compel others to appear for you. At all times, you have the right to remain silent, not incriminate yourself, and be presumed innocent. If convicted at trial, you have a right to appeal. Do you understand these constitutional rights?
Yes, very understandable, sir.
Okay, all right, you'll be released. Good luck to you. Make sure you make your court dates, okay?
Thank you, sir. You have a wonderful Christmas.
Hi, can I have your name?
William Caladine.
Can you say that again for me, please?
William Caladine.
Which number would that be? Sir, let me get your file.
Sure.
So you're here today on a number of different things. It looks like you have a warrant for failure to provide a true name. And another case, let me look at this. And a new charge of driving on a suspended license. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes.
And these are all out of Tucson City Court. I'm going to release you and give you a new court date of December the 10th. Conditions of release: don't drive without a valid license. Make sure you make all future court dates. Do you understand your new court date will be December the 10th at 9:30 in the morning in Tucson City Court?
Yes, sir.
Okay, do you have any questions for me?
No.
Okay, good luck to you. You'll be released later today.
Thank you.
Now you get this.
He won't get released. He has a probation hold, but you're released on this night.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Through the door down the stairs, please. Thanks.
Yeah, because we didn't have the probation thing on ours. Oh, he'll be out. Can I have your name, please?
Howard Germany.
If it went in order, he'd be 1102, is that right? Hi, sir, you're here today on charges of assault contributing to delinquency of a minor. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes, sir.
And do you have anything else holding you in custody?
Not that I know of, no.
All right, I'm going to release you and give you a new court date of December the 3rd at 3 p.m. You'll need to appear at that time or a warrant will issue for your arrest. Standard release conditions will be applied, including no contact with any victims, commit no acts of domestic violence, not go to the scene of the crime. You must appear at that date and time or a warrant will issue for your arrest.
Yes, sir. You said December 3rd, right, sir?
December 3rd, yes, you'll get that in writing as well.
Okay.
Also, I'm going to conduct an arraignment on your case. An arraignment is where I tell you your constitutional rights. You have the right to plead not guilty. Require the state to prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt at a trial. That would be a trial to a judge. At that trial, you have a right to be represented by an attorney. If you need an attorney appointed, the judge assigned to your case will appoint you an attorney. At that trial, your attorney would confront, cross-examine the witnesses who testify against you, present evidence on your own behalf, and compel others to appear for you. At all times, you'd have the right to remain silent, not incriminate yourself, and be presumed innocent. If convicted at trial, you have a right to appeal. Otherwise, you have a right to post-conviction relief. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.
We should Hi, can I have your name?
Shalene Petty.
I'm Judge Hazel. I'm here to conduct a initial appearance on your case today. Looks like you have 9 warrants out of Tucson City Court. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Also, you have some new charges of criminal trespass.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm going to give you a new court date of November the 13th at 1:30 p.m. I'm going to set a total bond in the amount of $200. I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent you. And additional conditions of release are not to return to the violation location, have no contact with any victims. So your total bond is $200. If you post that bond, you will be released. If not, then you'll remain in custody until your next court date. Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
I'm pretty sure I picked the right date on that one. If you could check that.
Carbajal? Carbajal? Carbajal?
Your Honor, just so you're aware, the next defendant house also has a felony hold.
Carbajal has a probation hold right now.
Who is that?
Mr. Carbajal has a probation hold.
Benjamin Lee Carbajal!
Do you know what number that one is?
Hey, y'all in order. Where'd you go? Elkins. Elkins. Lauren Elkins. After, but separately. After, but separate. You need to wait. Stay away.
See? There it is.
Hi, can I have your name?
Benjamin Carbajal.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today on a number of things. Let's start with the simplest first. You're here today on a new shoplifting charge out of Tucson City Court. What I'm going to do on that matter is release you and set you for video review on November the 10th, or November the 12th, I'm sorry, at 1:45 p.m. Let's go on to your new felony case. You have a new felony case of aggravated assault on a police officer. Do you understand why you're here today, sir?
Yeah.
Does the county attorney wish to be heard on this matter?
Your Honor, what I'm seeing here is it looks like he was on release for a previous felony, and based on that, he should be held no bond. In the alternative, he is being held on a probation violation warrant. Either way, Your Honor, if he is, I believe there is basis, the state believes there is basis for a no bond hold under Article 2, Section 22A2. In the alternative, there is the probation violation warrant. The state would recommend a $10,000 bond if that is the case. However, if there is basis, as the state does believe, for the no bond, the state so requests.
Just a moment. Your
Absolutely.
Your Honor, given the state's request, I have nothing to add.
Okay, I'm gonna set this matter for a no bond hearing. on November the 7th at 2:30 PM. And set the matter for a preliminary hearing on November the 12th at 1:30 PM. So you're going to be held until your next court date. No, next court date will be November the 7th for a no bond hearing. Depending on the outcome of that hearing, a bond could be set. Counsel has been appointed to represent you. Standard release conditions apply, including no drugs, no acts of domestic violence. Don't return to the scene of the crime, no contact with any victims. Again, you've been appointed an attorney to represent you. Good luck to you, sir. Do I give the Tucson files back to her? Or do they become? Well, no, I just want to make it easier for you all.
My name is Trevor.
Elkins. After Elkins is Fonseca Christopher. After but separately. I'll speak there.
Hi, can I have your name?
Lauren Elkins.
And Your Honor, we'll waive reading of the charges.
Okay, sir, your attorney's asked me not to go over the charges with you. You're okay with that?
What's that?
Hold on, if I can just moment.
Yeah, the instruction we got from Tucson was they wanted those folks released and just set up the video.
Well,
See,
All right, we all.
I think Your Honor.
So you understood then, right?
yes.
Okay. First, does the county attorney have a recommendation on Mr. Elkins' case?
$5,000, Your Honor.
Defense, go ahead.
Your Honor, based on the intercomplaint, it does appear that he was registered. I think this is an issue of getting the correct identification. I understand from him that he was attempting to do that. He did score a 1. This is his first, I think, this is the second bigger charge of the same type since the initial conviction. His last one was in 2012. Given that he was registered, this is just an issue of obtaining the separate ID. And given the fact that it's a similar charge, we would ask that you release him. I think the pretrial services scored him a 1, which would also be supportive of release.
Okay, what I'm going to do is set a $1,000 cash or secured bond. I'm going to set this matter for a preliminary hearing on November the 12th. Standard release condition will apply. With the condition I am appointing counsel to represent the defendant. Sir, if you post the bond, you will be released, but you must appear in court at that date. Failure to appear could result in a warrant for your arrest. Also, you need to report to law enforcement as your current address released. Do you have any questions, sir? Okay, good luck to you.
Yeah, really sure.
Fonseca.
Hi, can I?
Christopher Bruce Fonseca.
And Your Honor, we'll waive reading of the charges.
All right, does the county attorney have any recommendation on Mr. Fonseca?
Mr. Fonseca, these allegations were most disturbing, Your Honor. The state's looking for $15,000 PTS, do not return, no contact. This involves victims of a particularly sensitive and vulnerable nature, and this sort of conduct was very, very disturbing. At the minimum, 15,000, Your Honor. The state was leaning towards recommending $25,000. However, I will leave it in the court's hands.
All right, counsel for the defendant.
Your Honor, we would ask that you release him to pretrial service supervision. They did score him a 1, which I think, again, would be supportive of release. He does have confirmed housing separate apart from any alleged children. I think that's both on his own and with his partner. I think according to pretrial services, this is his first arrest of any kind, misdemeanor or felony. He has no prior failures to appear. I think that his employment would corroborate the fact that he does not have a criminal history. Given that pretrial services was able to confirm housing without minors, we would ask that you release him to pretrial services supervision.
Okay, thank you. Based on the allegations in this case, I'm going to set a $10,000 bond. I'm going to set this matter for preliminary hearing on November the 12th. That bond is capped or secured. The standard conditions would be no contact with any victim seen as a crime, commit no acts of domestic violence. And again, point counsel to represent the defendant in this case. Sir, I set a preliminary hearing on November the 12th and set a bond in the amount of $10,000. If you post that bond, you will be released, but you must appear at all future court hearings and abide by the conditions of release. Do you understand those?
Yes, Your Honor. It is the 10,000 full cash amount.
Cash or secure. So
Secure. So 1,000.
okay, I'm just going to mute myself and explain the bond process really quickly.
Okay.
You just had a question about the secure part of the cash or secure.
Yeah, so if you want to release them.
I think you're good to go. It's just me.
Then would I call my family?
Yeah, I don't want them released on it. I want the bond set, but if they do post the bond.
So that's one. The monitoring one, so I'm like.
Everybody knows me. Do it however.
Thank you, Your Honor. I think I answered this question.
All right, thank you. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
You're good.
Go.
What's your name?
If
Huh? Feel what?
interest.
Oh, you're he's a misdemeanor. Yeah. No. Yeah.
Sir, can I have your name?
Dale Hendricks.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today on charges of out of justice court of assault and disorderly conduct. I'm going to release you with the conditions that you appear at your next court date in justice court on December the 6th. Standard release conditions will apply, including no contact with any victims. Don't return to the event location. Do you understand these release conditions?
Yes, sir.
All right, you'll be released later today. Good luck to you.
All right. Thank you, sir.
What's his consent? Okay. Right this way, please. So he can go. Yeah. He was just to keep separate from another group.
Oh.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
This vice president, Hendricks, David. Already have a copy.
Williams.
Hi, sir. Can I have your name?
Omar F. Cisneros?
Okay, and you're the court interpreter, is that right?
Yes. Yes.
All right, the interpreter is here with us then. Thank you, Madam Interpreter.
You're welcome, Your Honor.
Sir, you're here
La
today.
intérprete está aquí con nosotros hoy, señor.
You have a warrant for charges of threat. You have
Tiene una orden de arresto por cargo de amenaza,
a warrant for a DUI. And you
una
have
orden de arresto por manejar bajo los afectos y
new domestic violence charges of criminal damage, disorderly.
y nuevos cargos de violencia intrafamiliar, daños y perjuicios, alterar el orden público
and trespassing.
y entrada ilícita.
What I'm going to do in your case is set.
Lo que voy a hacer en el caso de usted es fijar una fianza de,
In each case,
was that $100, Your Honor?
yes, it's a total bond of $300.
Voy a fijar una fianza de $100 en cada caso, lo cual quiere decir que tiene una fianza total de $300.
Give you a new court date of Monday at 1 o'clock in justice court by video.
Y le voy a dar una nueva audiencia, lo cual se celebrará el lunes a la 1 de la tarde en el Tribunal de Justicia por video.
Standard release conditions will be applied, including no alcohol.
Las condiciones de libertad provisional serán aplicadas, van a ser las normas, las estándares y no puede tomar alcohol.
Not have any contact with any victim.
No puede tener contacto con las víctimas.
And the scene of the crime.
No puede regresar al lugar de los hechos.
And lastly, I'm appointing Janet Altshuler to be your attorney.
Y por fin estoy nombrando a Janet Altshuler para que ella lo represente a usted como abogada.
Yes.
Señor, ¿tiene usted alguna pregunta para mí?
Yes, go ahead.
¿Puedo poner una
Adelante.
orden de restricción también para ellos?
Can I put an order of restriction on them as well?
Absolutely. You can do that when you get.
Claro que sí. Lo puede hacer ya cuando esté en libertad.
Because I've been trying to do that before anything and then back to it.
Okay.
I'm sorry, interpreter did not understand.
Just a moment, Your Honor.
Yeah, go ahead. Sure, you can change it to whatever you think is necessary.
Okay, Your Honor.
All right,
That's it.
all right, sir, good luck to you.
Muy bien, señor, suerte.
Gracias.
Thank you to the interpreter as well.
Thank
I
you.
think that's the only Spanish case we have.
I have, Your Honor, that there were 2 others.
There are 2 others. I'm sorry. I spoke out of turn. Hi, can I have your name?
Su nombre, por favor.
Itzel Medina Cuevas.
José Melina Cuevas.
Are you Miss Cuevas?
¿Es
Sí.
usted la señora Cuevas? Yes.
Sí,
You're here today on charges of refusal to give a truthful name.
Usted está aquí por cargos relacionados con el hecho de que usted se negó a dar un nombre verdadero.
I'm going to release you and give you a new court date.
Le voy a dejar en libertad y darle. Was that December the 10th, Your Honor?
Yes.
Le voy a dar una nueva audiencia para el 10 de diciembre.
ok, el 10 de diciembre, ¿a qué horas?
Okay, the 10th of December, at what time?
At 9:30 in the morning in Tucson City Court. You'll get a
Correcto.
A las 9:30 de la mañana en el tribunal de la ciudad.
Gracias.
you have any questions?
Muchas gracias. No, no
¿Tiene
tengo
usted alguna
preguntas. Muchas
pregunta,
gracias,
señora?
Jorge.
No,
No,
thank
muchas
you very much.
gracias.
All right, good luck to you, ma'am.
Gracias.
Suerte, señora.
Pues,
Hi, can I have your name?
Tu nombre, por favor.
Daniel Williams.
Daniel Williams.
Okay, you're here today on I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today on new card charges of preventing the use of 911, disorderly conduct, assault, and resisting arrest. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yo soy el juez Hazel y usted está aquí por nuevos cargos que tienen que ver con no dejar que alguien llame 911, alterar el orden público, agresión y resistir el arresto. Señor, ¿entiende por qué está aquí hoy?
Sí.
Yeah.
I'm going to release you and give you a
Lo voy a dejar en libertad, darle una nueva audiencia.
That new court date is going to be on December the 3rd at 3 p.m. in Tucson City Court.
Próxima audiencia se celebrará el 3 de diciembre a las 3 de la tarde en el Tribunal de la Ciudad de Tucson.
Standard release conditions will be have no contact with any victims, don't return to the scene of the crime.
Las condiciones de su libertad, que no puede tener contacto con las víctimas, que no puede regresar al lugar de los hechos
And not commit any acts of domestic violence.
y que no puede cometer nada de violencia en su comunidad.
Do you have any questions?
¿Tiene alguna pregunta?
Sí, pero
Ya.
necesito ir a mi casa a sacar mi billetera y mi carro, sacar mis cosas.
I have to get my wallet and my car. I need to go get my things.
Okay, you can contact the police and they can go back there with you once to get your stuff.
Muy bien, señor. Usted se puede comunicar con la policía, con el orden público y alguien puede acompañarlo una vez para recoger sus cosas.
All right, good luck to you.
Suerte, señor.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Yeah. Which box is that? Where is that on there? Okay, I'm sorry. Hi, can I have your name?
32, Hirok.
Okay, what number would that be? Sir, I don't know how I can tell them that. We reset this till tonight when we have an interpreter, sir.
I don't have interpreter. I just speak English. I'm getting on it.
Okay. You've arranged to have an interpreter here. You've had an interpreter. in other-
I don't have interpreter. I don't have interpreter. I don't order it.
let's go.
I don't order. Stand up, sir.
Continue tomorrow.
Well,
Just protect you and your rights.
let you have court again. No, I don't get interpreter.
Your Honor, this is the Spanish interpreter wondering if I could be excused.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Honey, stand up. In the wheelchair. Paper. Okay, yeah, and I stand on the. English study number 1. Open. Only the window. We just want to some very. Come on down.
Hi, can I have your name?
Mr. Felix.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today on some new charges, including prohibited possessor, possession of a weapon during a narcotics offense, possession of nature's drugs or narcotic drugs for sale, possession of drug paraphernalia. You also have a warrant out of Maricopa County Superior Court as well. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes.
Okay, let's take care of or talk about your warrant out of Maricopa County first. Looks like the warrant out of Maricopa involves possession of drugs for sale. The judge up there that's issued a bond, set your bond at $7,500. Does the state wish to be heard on the Maricopa County bond?
Your Honor, it looks like he's being detained without bond. However, it also looks like he caught a new felony charge whilst on release, or at least under warrant for a previous one. State would recommend either hold without bond under Article 2, Section 22A2, or in the alternative, a $25,000 bond, because we're looking at prohibited possessor as well as theft, and it would appear he was also involved in the drug industry. So this person would present a risk to society. There's a 5 out of 5, and this person poses an undue risk for the community.
Your Honor, given the state's request, I have nothing to add.
Okay, first of all, I'm going to affirm the bond amount out of Maricopa County. Set that for review on December the 12th to see where his status is and to make sure that he gets transported appropriately. On his new charges, I'm going to set a no bond hearing on November the 7th, a preliminary hearing on November the 12th, appoint counsel with standard release conditions. So you're going to have a new court date on November the 7th, and I've appointed counsel to represent you. And we'll also be monitoring the Maricopa case to make sure you get transferred back there at the appropriate time, okay?
Okay.
Good luck to you. We're done with the two signatures, right?
We have 2 more down bottom.
Oh, okay. What did I click? Didn't I click on the machine 7,500? All right, well, yeah, I'm sorry. You need me to go back and fix it? Hi, can I have your name?
Marisol Elvira Gallego.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today on possession of narcotic drugs for sale, possession of drug paraphernalia. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes. Yes.
Does the state have a recommendation in this case?
Yes, Your Honor. I previously ticked this for SMART and PTS. However, I did not notice, or the database was edited that was for sale. So the state is going to rescind ticking the boxes on steps and SMART. And Your Honor, given the other bits of information, the state asked for a $1,500 bond.
Hold on.
Defense?
Your Honor, I would ask that you release her to pretrial services supervision. This is her first arrest of any kind. Pretrial services did put her at a 1, which I think would be supportive of release. Pretrial services was able to confirm housing with her mother. Given her absolute lack of criminal history, would ask that you give her an opportunity for pretrial services release.
Okay, I'm going to set a bond at $1,000 and set a preliminary hearing on November the 12th, appoint counsel with standard release conditions. If she posts the bond, then monitoring through pretrial services. Ma'am, your next court date will be on November the 12th. Good luck to you. Where is that box? I don't see it. Oh, okay, I see. All right, thank you.
So can they talk to?
Okay, thank you. Hi, can I have your name?
Glennon?
Oh, I'm sorry, one more time, you're muted.
Dorothy Glennon.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today on possession of drug paraphernalia, possession of narcotic drugs for sale, possession of dangerous drugs for sale. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes.
Prosecutor have anything to say? Just waiting for the state.
Your Honor, did you hear me?
No.
Oh, 2,500 plus pretrial services. Because of the sales enhancement, this is not Step Smart eligible.
Don't say anything. And Your Honor, we would ask that you release her to pretrial services supervision. Again, pretrial did put her at a 1. She has no prior criminal history of any kind. Did think would support the fact that she's not a flight risk, nor is she a danger to reoffend. She is currently in a wheelchair at the jail, as the court can see, but when she's outside of the jail, she is using a walker right now. I understand that she had surgery 5 weeks ago. Given that, I don't know that she'll be able to receive the kind of medical care and follow-up care that she needs while incarcerated. Given that pretrial did score her a 1, given that she has no prior criminal history, and given her medical condition, we would ask that you release her to pretrial services.
Thank you. I'm going to set the bond at $1,000 with the condition cash or secured. If she does post the bond release to pretrial, I'm going to set the matter for a preliminary hearing on November the 12th. Standard conditions will apply. Appoint counsel to represent the defendant. Ma'am, your next court date will be on November the 12th, and you will have a public defender to represent you. Good luck to you, okay?
We can't work everything.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Matthew House.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You today on charges of aggravated DUI, wrong way driving, a class 4 felony. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yeah.
Prosecutor have anything to say in this matter?
Your Honor, the defendant is charged with ag DUI, driving in the wrong direction, and he is barely not even 7 months off of probation for a previous DUI. And based on the charges, it would appear that he was charged with everything up to and including 28-13-81 82A2, but pled to an 81A1. We have this subsequent offense. The state is concerned this person presents a clear and present danger because he won't stop drinking and driving. $10,000.
And Your Honor, we would ask that you release him to pretrial services. Again, pretrial scored him at a 1. He does have the prior DUI, however, he did successfully complete probation. I think that is supportive of the fact that he will comply with any supervision and monitoring that the court imposes. Pretrial services is able to require that he come downtown in person to breathalyze. And in my experience, when people aren't compliant with that, it's very quick that they will send a report to the assigned judge, asking to modify or reconsider release conditions. Given the fact that he is a one, and given the fact that I think that like, pretrial can monitor any drug or alcohol consumption, we would ask you release him to pretrial.
Okay, sir, I'm going to release you and give you a new case for a preliminary hearing on November the 22nd at 1:30 p.m. in Justice Court. That date could change. I'm going to release you through pretrial services. I'm going to direct you to file all directors of pretrial services. I'm going to appoint counsel to represent you. Standard conditions of release will apply, including don't drive without a valid license, no illegal drugs or alcohol. Do you understand these release conditions?
Yes.
Make sure you make your next court date. Make sure you make your monitoring with pretrial services.
Okay, thank you.
You're probably going to the hallway.
It's me.
Hi, can I have your name?
Patrick Lisby.
I am Judge Hazel. You're here today on charges of theft of a means of transportation. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes, is that it?
State wish to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor. Given all the circumstances, state moves for 2,500 plus PTS.
Okay, defense?
Mr. Lisby is also one from pretrial services. We would ask that you release him to pretrial services. I think their score is supportive of release. This is a non-violent property offense. He has no prior felony arrest. He's probation available even if he goes to trial and loses. Given his lack of criminal history and given pretrial score, we would ask that you release him to pretrial services supervision.
All right, so I'm going to take the following action in this case. I'm going to release you and appoint you an attorney. Your new court date hold preliminary hearing on November the 22nd at 1:30 p.m. Conditions of release are standard conditions with conditions: don't drive without a valid license, no alcohol, follow all conditions of pretrial services, no contact with any victim, don't return to the incident location. Do you understand these release conditions, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you're going to be released and you need to have a preliminary hearing on the 22nd. Make sure you make all your court dates. Make sure you check in with pretrial services.
Okay, thank
All right, good luck to you.
Okay,
I think he runs the hallway.
thank you. This way, sir.
Focus.
Hi, can I have your name?
Edwin Alberto Lopez Gonzalez.
Okay, you're here today on charges of theft of a firearm, and trafficking in stolen property. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes, sir.
State wish to be heard in this matter?
Your Honor, what I see here, what state sees here is the defendant allegedly took $7,400 in a firearm that was not his. Apparently may have been misplaced property. However, he decided to keep it all, and only $3,000 has been recovered. When the police were looking to get the firearm back, he lied about its existence and then decided to admit to the police that he planned on selling on this stolen firearm. Your Honor, the state is concerned about what else in that satchel that was recovered that this person allegedly took may lead in terms of fraud and identity theft. And there's still quite a bit outstanding here. $5,000 plus pretrial services.
All right, defense?
Your Honor, I think the allegation of this case is that he found a bag at a Dave & Buster's, which I think also highlights the fact that he is 18 years old. He's a child. He has no prior felony arrests as an adult, no prior felony adjudications as a juvenile. Given the specific nature of the allegations in this case, we would ask that you release him. Pretrial services scored him at a 1. This is not a case where he broke into someone's house or broke into some. I'll address it. He found a bag at Dave & Buster's, and if I can just ask him what do you want? Yes, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, sir, what I'm going to do is release you, give you a new court date for a preliminary hearing on November the 22nd at 1:30 p.m. I'm going to release you through pretrial services. Standard release conditions will apply in this case, including standard conditions with additional conditions: no alcohol, no drugs, follow all the recommendations and direction of pretrial services, no contact with any victims, don't return to the incident location. And again, I'm appointing a public defender to represent you.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any questions, sir?
No, sir. Thank you.
All right, good luck to you.
First thing Monday. Like, is there a time it opens? Like 10 a.m.?
Yeah.
8
10 a.m. Government offices. 10.
Oh, it's like-
You go in the hallway.
Lujan.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Louis Lujan.
Okay, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today charged with felony or aggravated DUI. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes, sir.
State have a recommendation in this case?
Your Honor, given the fact that this was ag DUI, driving in the wrong direction, the state is concerned that this person is a risk to the community. $5,000.
And Your Honor, we would ask that you release him to pretrial services supervision. They did score him at a 1, which again is supportive of release based on their review of his criminal history and risk factors. He has no prior felony arrests of any kind, no prior DUIs of any kind. Again, pretrial services would be able to impose any monitoring regarding his drug or alcohol use they believed was appropriate. Given that, we would ask that you release him to pretrial services supervision.
I'm going to release you, sir, and give you a new court date of November the 22nd for a preliminary hearing at 1:30 p.m. I'm going to appoint counsel to represent you. I'm going to impose pretrial services release. I'm going to order that you follow all of their conditions or mandates. Again, appoint a lawyer to represent you. You must appear at all future court hearings. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Hey, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Chris.
Can I have your name, please?
Leandro Antonio Perez.
Okay, you're here today on charges of possession of dangerous drugs, possession of prescription drugs for sale, possession of narcotic drugs for sale, possession of drug paraphernalia. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes, Your Honor.
The state have a position on release in this case?
Your Honor, this defendant was caught with a weapon and dealer weight. He has an absolutely extensive criminal history, including charges such as narcotic drug violation, unlawful, drugs for sale, narcotic drugs, dangerous drugs, multiple issues of failure to appear. He has endangerment. He has other drug charges. He had at one time was charged with homicide. What I see also is this current case. He's an extensive prison time. The state believes this person is an armed and dangerous dealer of justice, and therefore she a $1,000 bond.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the amount.
10,000.
All right, thank you.
We would ask that you dismiss the sales allegations. The allegation in this case is 0.1 grams of meth, 1.3 grams of crack cocaine, 4 Xanax pills, 6 partial M30s, and 14 full M30s. None of these things were tested. It does appear that he did admit to law enforcement regarding the crack cocaine, was crack cocaine, and the M30s were fentanyl. But I don't think there's any basis for any charge regarding the methamphetamine. These are extremely small amounts of drugs. These are not deal sales amount. There's nothing else that would indicate sales. There's nothing regarding the way these items are packaged. There's no information about any cash or ledgers or a scale. So we would ask that you dismiss the sales allegations, Your Honor. Further, we would ask to release him to pretrial services supervision. Pretrial services did score him at a 2.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I'm actually seeing, and I quote, from the interim complaint, this is speaking the voice of the officer, quote, I also found.
I see that now. I apologize. I see that there was the bag with small plastic baggies and a scale. I rescind my request to dismiss the sales charge. However, would just ask the court take into consideration the extremely small amount of drugs.
Your Honor, it's the state's position. This is just a dealer who was apparently low on inventory at the moment he was caught.
Okay, well, I'm gonna set a $5,000 bond, set the matter for a preliminary hearing on the 12th, with standard release conditions, but court's appoint attorney to represent him. During that whole process, he also, they charged him with the gun that they found in the police vehicle, but they charged him as a misdemeanor. On that one, I'm gonna set a $100 bond and set that for Monday with South Tucson City Court. Since he is in custody anyway, then they can take the appropriate steps. Now I'll appoint counsel out of South Tucson. Is there a thing on here which one?
Rodriguez.
Sir, I'll be right with you. Sir, can I have your name?
Rodriguez.
Okay, sir, you're here today on several things. First, you have new charges of unlawful use of a means of transportation. You have warrants out of Nogales JP Court for your arrest. And you also have a warrant or a new charge of possession of drug paraphernalia out of the city of Tucson. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes, sir.
Okay, does the state wish to be heard?
Your Honor, he's got the out-of-county warrant, and plus he picks up the unlawful use of transportation. The out-of-county is a felony, and he's a 6 out of 6 and a 5 out of 6. The state believes there's grounds for no bond.
And I can't do anything given the state's request.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear the counsel for the defense.
I'm not able to add anything given the state's request.
Okay, I'm gonna set this matter, first I'm gonna appoint counsel. I'm gonna set this for a preliminary hearing on November the 12th. Standard release conditions will apply, including no contact with any victims, don't return to the incident location. I'm gonna set this matter for a no bond hearing on November the 7th at 2:30 p.m. Sir, at that time, a hearing will be held to determine if a bond is appropriate in your case, and if so, the amount. Let's deal with your other cases now. You have a warrant out, as I indicated, out of Santa Cruz County, Nogales. The bond was previously set in the amount of $500. I'm going to affirm that amount. I'm gonna set this for a review hearing on December the 2nd to make sure that this is taken care of and if necessary to be transported to that court when you resolve your matters here. Standard release conditions will apply in that case, including no contact with any victims, don't return to the scene of the crime. And then lastly, you have a new charge of possession of drug paraphernalia out of Tucson City Court. I'm going to release you, but set that for a video review on November the 12th. With standard conditions that you not possess any drugs or alcohol. So you'll have a video review on that case as well. Any questions, sir?
Sir.
Say it one more time.
Okay.
No, sir.
Good luck to you.
Oops.
I have a question. For the one before this one, the $5,000, you had checked monitor. Is it PTSD posted?
Yeah. Hi, can I have your name?
Alexander Lee Sotomayor.
You're here today on charges. I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today on charges of possession of dangerous drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia. Do you understand why you're here today? You also have new charges out of Tucson of assault and disorderly conduct, domestic violence. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
All right. Does the state have a position on these felony charges?
On the felony charges, Your Honor, the state is recommending PTS and screening for step smart.
And we'd have no objection to that, Your Honor.
Okay, sir, what I'm going to do is set your matter for preliminary hearing on November the 22nd. I'm going to refer you to the smart hearing, set a smart hearing on November the 12th, release you to pretrial and direct that you follow all conditions of pretrial. Standard release conditions will apply, including no contact or don't consume drugs or alcohol. On your new charges in city court, I'm with the condition that you appear on December the 9th at 9:30 a.m. And with standard conditions that you not consume alcohol or drugs, commit no acts of domestic violence, no contact with any victims, don't return to the scene of the crime, and you may return to get your property at that location. Do you have any questions for me, sir?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, good luck to you.
Oh, just kidding. Pumpkins.
Yeah, or it's a known for chairs.
I guess there's a bunch of text.
Hi, can I have your name, please?
Thomas Harrison Tompkins Jr.
Hi, I'm Judge Hazel. You're here today on charges of aggravated domestic violence. Do you understand why you're here today?
Yes.
You guys know
Does the state have a position on this case?
Your Honor, what I'm seeing here is this person has, this is Mr. Tompkins, correct? Like, my signal broke up momentarily. Your Honor, this person, the state's looking at the inherent nature of the offense. He has a history of assaultive behavior. It appears he is a continual risk to the victim. He has a very substantial misdemeanor DV record. I wouldn't be surprised if he's looking at prison time based on all this. 4 pending and misdemeanor DV cases, felony DV charges. They share a residence, the defendant and the victim. The pretrial could not confirm alternate housing. He's in yes on the new violent crime risk indicator, and he's a 5 out of 6 and a 4 out of 6. The state would recommend $10,000.
All right, public defender?
And Your Honor, I understand that he has an extensive misdemeanor history. However, this is first felony arrest of any kind. So while aggravated domestic violence does carry with some mandatory jail time, he's still probation available at trial, even if he goes to trial and loses. He does have alternate housing available with a friend. He's just not able to get that phone number for pretrial to confirm. Given that, I would ask you consider pretrial release or significantly lower.
It could be gone.
Oh, hold on.
Sorry. Okay.
So what I'm gonna do is set your matter for a preliminary hearing on November the 12th. I'm going to set bond in the amount of $5,000, cash or secured. If you post the bond, you will be released, but you must comply with orders of pretrial services, conditions of release, or commit no acts of domestic violence, no alcohol, no drugs. Standard conditions: no contact with any victims, don't return to the scene of the alleged incident. If you have property at that location, you can return with the police to get that property.
Okay, okay, sorry.
Do you have any questions, sir?
Your Honor, he would just want to discuss the facts of the case. I told him he'd have to wait for his attorney to come down to the jail next week.
That'd be appropriate. Thank you. And I think that's everybody. Everybody have a good day.